the one, the only, Ben Sion.
And welcome to the special Motzei Shabbos edition of Daily Double as we start a new Masechta, Succah. Very exciting. Sukkah is a short Masechta, not very long, at least in the Mishnayos. And I'm sure it's a holiday a lot of people are familiar with, so a lot of these halachas should be familiar to people. Let's start first Mishnah Aleph, and Perek Aleph. Sukkah Shehid Go Lamalam Esrim Amos. Let's say you have a Sukkah which is taller than 20 amos. This the Succah is taller than 20 amos. That's an amma is about 1.5 feet, 30 feet from the ground. Pretty unusual. Psula is possible. Rehuda Machshir says that Sukkah is kosher. The reason Rehuda says kosher because Rehuda says that basically the idea of Sukkah is a diras kvah, is a permanent dwelling. And a lot of people have permanent dwellings or really high ceilings. But according to Rabbanan, who we paskin like, at least nowadays we paskin like the Rabbanan, and that Sukkah is diras arai. That's the whole idea of Sukkah, that it's a temporary structure. So anything which is more than 20 amos high probably has very solid wall. It's probably a permanent structure, and therefore it's possible for a sukkah. If it's very small, it's only 10 tefachim tall, which is about 3 feet tall, or less than 3 feet tall. That's not kosher because you can't live in there. It's not even a diras arai. It doesn't have 3 walls. The reason it's at 3 walls is because the Gemara derives this sukkot 3 times in the Torah, so 1 is for each wall. You don't have to have 4 walls, and the Gemara says 2 walls and a tefach. If you place the tefach in a certain way, it's okay. Also, if it doesn't have a roof, if there's more sunlight coming in from the roof than shade, half of the roof, it's less than half of a roof, so then it's psula. Because that's not a place that it's not a dira. It's basically just outside. Dira has to protect you from the rain, has to protect from the elements. Sukkah Yashana, let's say you have Sukkah, which is old, meaning, we'll see in a second what it means. Beis Shammai postin with Yisrael Machshirin. Beis Shammai says it's possible. Yisrael says it's kosher. Ve'ezeh he's Sukkah Yashana. What's considered a Sukkah Yashana? Kol she'aseh kodem l'chag shloshim yom. If you made the Sukkah 30 days before Sukkot. Even Beis Shammai, who says the Sukkah Yashana is psula, if I made the Sukkah, let's say tonight I went out and I made a Sukkah for Sukkah. Sukkah is in 3 or 4 months from now. It's more than 30 days away. It's kosher even according to Beis Shammai. That's not called Sukkah Yashana. Sukkah Yashana is if I go out to the porch now and I decide to make a hut for myself or a camping tent, right? And then I leave it till Sukkot. Is that kosher or not? So Yisrael says it's kosher. It's called Sukkah Yashana. I didn't make it for Sukkot. You just made it stam. According to Beis Hillel, it's kosher. According to Beis Shammai, that's possible. That's their machlokes. Mishnah Beis. If you make a sukkah underneath a tree, how much has to be under the tree? It's the discussion in the poskim. But it's called sukkah tachas sukkah. The Gemara says you should have 1 covering, not 2 coverings. It's like making a sukkah under your roof, in your house. That's also possible. Sukkah al gabi sukkah al yonah kshero v'tachana psula. Let's say you build 1 sukkah on top of another sukkah. Again, it's the same problem as building under a tree or building your house. You can't have 2 schachs. You can't have 2 roofs. That's not a normal dwelling place. So the yonah is kshero. The top sukkah is kosher. The chatona psula, because schach, the bottom schach, is possible because the real roof is the one on top that protects you from the rain. That the rain hits first. Rav Yehuda Omer remain diurim bel yonah tachtona kshero. Rav Yehuda and the Rabbanan have a machlokes. The Gemara explains about a unique case. Let's say you have 2 sukkahs, one on top of another, but the bottom sukkah, the roof, is not so sturdy. Meaning, if I want to go ahead and walk on that, I'm not going to fall, but it'll sag a little bit, the roof. That's the machlokes. So Yehuda says that since sukkah is diras kva, you need a permanent dwelling, a floor that's sagging is not considered a floor. So therefore, it's considered like it's not a roof. It's not a floor, it's not a roof. So therefore, the only sukkah I have is the top sukkah. And the top sukkah is ksher. The bottom one is nothing. It's not sukkah tachas sukkah. According to the Rabbanan, they say that diras arai, so therefore sometimes you have sagging floors is considered, in a temporary structure. It's okay, you can get by with sagging floors. So therefore the bottom roof would be considered a roof, and it would be sukkah tachas sukkah, and it would be possible Hope you enjoyed tonight's share. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzion, where I'll get right into it. I'll tell you the rationale behind the mitzvah of Sukkah. It's Machlokas, Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbana, Diras Arai, Diras Kva. What is the Torah want from us in the midst of Sukkah? You don't want to miss it. Ian Mitzion coming up next.